Alright, hey guys, today I'm going to bring you into the gym with me at Planet Fitness and show you what my typical pull day looks like as of right now for my current routine. And maybe if you're a beginner as well, maybe you'll find a new exercise that you want to incorporate yourself, so let me show you what it's like. I always start, no matter what day it is, with a warm-up on the treadmill for 5 minutes just to kind of get the blood flowing, and then depending on what the exercises are, I do some stretching to target that part of the body. And then for pull day, I like to start with pull-ups, assisted pull-ups. I have just recently done my first unassisted pull-up or full strength pull-up on this machine here, where you can take the knee pad that I'm getting onto here and you can push that up so that you have no assistance there. And the way that this machine works is before you get on it, you want to use the pin, and what weight you choose is how much assistance you get. So this is actually a machine where it goes in reverse, where the lower weight you choose, the harder the exercise actually is. So if you choose 80 pounds, you're getting 80 pounds of assistance for your pull-ups. If you choose 30, in which case I have chosen here, you get 30 pounds of assistance. I'm currently about 170-ish pounds. So using the 30 weight assistance means I'm pulling up about 140, and this is helping to train me to eventually get my second full strength pull-up. I am using Versa grips here to kind of help take my grip strength out of this and make sure that it's fully focused on my back. And for this here specifically, I do 3 sets of 7, 6, and 5 reps on today's session. Also, after the first set, I also did one unassisted pull-up, which, I want to try and, I should have done that first, but I forgot to do it, and I did it after the first set. Next, I moved over to a new exercise that I just recently incorporated a couple of weeks ago, and I've been really loving it. Normally, I was doing more machines, pin loaded, or the MTS machines as well at Planet Fitness. My Planet Fitness has a lot of the more up-to-date machines, but I finally gave the lat pull-down cable machine a try, and right now I'm still trying to find a good sort of middle ground for positioning and movement. I'm using 95 pounds here. And also finding the right hand position has been something that I've been adjusting every time I try this machine. I'm finding that just a little bit outside of shoulder width is what's working best for me. And you'll see my movement here. I want to make sure that as I pull down, I come to right about mid to upper chest, right below my sort of clavicle neck area. And you want to lean back a little bit, not excessively. And then as the bar goes up, you want to make sure you get a good stretch with that. Next is another new exercise that I have incorporated. I, once again, was sort of experimenting. I was always struggling with rows to find something that really let me feel my lats working. So this is, once again, an exercise that targets your back. Almost all the exercises that I do on pull day target your back if you're unfamiliar with that. So this one here, you grab what is known as the V handle. And if you're going to try this, the most important thing to know is if your Planet Fitness has this metal handle, you want to make sure that the handles sort of converge closer together on the bottom position. You'll notice that the top handles are a little more spread apart. The bottom handles are where you want the convergence. It's just a little bit more natural for your arms as you pull back. And this one here, you want to make sure that you have a bit of a slight knee bend as well. Keep your arms low if you want to be targeting your lats. You can try different pull positions, more mid, more upper, but right now I'm just concentrating on lower pulls. And man, I definitely feel my back working in this one a lot more than other exercises. The first time I tried it, I was feeling a bit of a twinge in my top right shoulder, so I had to really go slow and adjust. Here I warmed up with 55 pounds, and then the next 2 sets I did 70, and it felt really good. I think I'm getting close to finding that perfect weight. I think next time I do it in that 75 to 80 pound area, I'm going to be getting some really good, like 8 to 10 rep range, which is what I'm going to be trying to target here. Once again, here is another new exercise that I've incorporated. My pull days have definitely seen a bit of a change lately. I feel like my back was one of my weaker areas, and I've really been trying to focus on that and target that the most. And this one here is one that I definitely need some work on, I believe. Anytime I incorporate a new exercise, I always make sure that I watch plenty of videos and tutorials to try and make sure that I'm getting as close as I can with my current skill level to the correct form and posture and movement and weight and all the stuff that goes along with it. And this is the straight arm lat pull down. A little bit of an awkward way to film this one. I was filming the mirror off to my side here. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to get you guys a good angle. Hey, I'm not one of those gym influencers walking around with tripods or anything, so I'm dealing with what I can here. I pretty much just got my phone in a cup holder, so bear with me. It's a little bit blurry. I've just kind of zoomed it in. So this one here, you use the same bar that you would use on the lat pull-down cable machine, but this one you're standing and you want to try and keep your arms straight with a bent posture, sort of leaning forward, shoulders down and back as much as you can. And you want to come down with your arm and try and keep it as straight as you can. I think one of the things I'm struggling with here, I started with a weight a little too heavy. This was 45 pounds. And the next two sets, I would drop it down to 35, which I did find helped. But now that I'm watching my own footage here, I think I have a little bit, maybe too much bend in my elbow, and perhaps my wrists aren't as straight as they could be in some positions here. And as you can see, I'm kind of always readjusting, looking at the mirror, trying to make sure I'm doing this right, checking my posture. It's all a work in progress here. If you're noticing anything absolutely wrong with what I'm doing here, like I'm noticing that I'm swaying, I'm not keeping my back as straight as I possibly can. But hey, we're working with it. This is only like the third time I'm attempting this exercise. I bumped the weight down 10 pounds, and I think it does help my posture and the overall movement a bit. This one, I was at first feeling much more in my triceps, which is why I kept adjusting. And once I moved my hands a little bit inward more, I think I had them a little too far out. Once I moved them a little more in, I was able to eliminate the tricep getting too involved. Or I could be wrong. Maybe I had to move them more out. I don't know. I'm still trying to find the right hand position, my triceps. But I did eventually start feeling the burn once I dropped the weight down on this one in my back. Next is one of my favorite exercises for pull day that I started incorporating about a month ago when I had an injury and I had to find ways to incorporate exercises that didn't put any strain on my chest. And face pull was a great way to do that. This here is a great way to target your upper back and your back delts, traps, and you'll notice something interesting here. Normally I do this on a different cable machine, and this one was a little bit of a different setup than I'm used to. The first set that I'm doing here, I think I was pulling a little too high with my arms. You'll actually see the difference here in the next set that I do. I adjust the way that I pull back my arms just a little bit, because here I was feeling it more in my upper and front shoulders, which is not where you're supposed to be feeling the burn on this exercise. But after a slight adjustment with my pull angle, I started feeling it more in my back and my back shoulders, which is what you want to feel with this. This is a great exercise that I really enjoy, and I've actually ordered a new gym accessory, a rope that will give me much better range of motion for this, because these ropes at Planet Fitness, first of all, are pretty limited if you're there when it's busy. There's not too many of them available sometimes, and the range of motion is kind of reduced. You can't quite go as wide as you can sometimes, so I got that coming in the mail very soon. Normally I would have done the rear delt machine next, but that was taken, so I moved over to the dumbbell area and started my dumbbell shrugs. Now these here are high rep. I do high rep sets of this. Right now I'm up to 35 pounds doing 15, 16, 17 reps per set, just because it is such a small range of motion, and I feel like I'm able to handle the higher reps instead of moving up to 40 pounds, which might be a little intense for me at the moment. I have been just trying to get my reps as high as I can, and probably once I can do in the 18 to 20 range, I will move up to the next set of dumbbells. I also don't lean forward with that because I do have lower back issues, and I find leaning forward puts an unnecessary strain on my lower back, so I do it standing upright. Next, I moved over to one of my new favorite curl exercises that I've been doing for a couple months now, and that is the Incline dumbbell curl. The really funny thing about this one is I use an app where I track my progressive overload, and I think I looked at the wrong thing, because according to what I was looking at, I was like I should be getting ready to move up to the next weight set of 30 pounds. But I think I may have looked at the wrong thing, because I did a warm-up set of 20, and I'm like, okay, this feels pretty good. And then the next time I tried, I'm like, okay, I think we're warmed up. I tried 30, because you don't want to jump straight into your working set. I made a mistake with that one time and kind of injured my arms. My forearms are a little bit too much weight. But I tried to do one rep, and you see me look, I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, okay, I guess today is not my day, and I put that weight right back. But it ended up being that it was just, I looked at the wrong thing apparently, and I should be on 25 pounds. So I did 4 sets. Normally I would do 3, but I did 4 sets to kind of make up for the what I thought was reduced weight. But that's a great exercise for feeling the stretch in your arms. I'd highly recommend it. And then last but not least here, normally I would have done this a little bit earlier, since it is an isolation that I would want to get done before I start moving into my curls. and that is the rear delt machine. The one thing you want to know about this machine is you want to sit with your butt back a bit on the pad and then your chest sort of like leaning forward. I find that helps get a good stretch in the back. You want to be feeling this in your back shoulders for the most part, your rear delts. And you don't want to go too far back. You'll see some people use this machine where it seems like they're trying to flare their arms and shoulders back as far as they can. You want to kind of stop once your arms are parallel with your body, but that is the best way to get the best burn on that machine. And then I end every exercise with a 10 to 15, sometimes 20-minute walk on the treadmill as a sort of cool down, which helps with recovery. And that is how I end my pull day at Planet Fitness. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this was insightful. Ask any questions in the comments below, and thank you for watching.